Hello friends, today we will discuss Verigne's theorem. So it is one of very useful concept of engineering mechanics. So if we have a system, if we have a system of parallel forces, so it is very simple to determine the resultant of all these forces. Simply if you add all the forces along with their sign, so we can find the position of resultant. So suppose if this is the position of resultant, so it is very easy to find the resultant. But if someone asks you that what is the location of this resultant, means from this point, from this end, what is the distance of this resultant? So uh, Verigne's theorem is very useful in such type of problem to locate the position of the resultant. Okay, so today I will explain Verigne's theorem, and after that I will prove it. And finally, we will exercise on some uh, questions so that you can understand the concept. Okay, so let me start with the statement of Verigne's theorem. So it states that the moment of resultant of all the forces in a plane about any point is equal to the algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about the same point. Okay, so let me explain this statement with respect to this figure. So we can see here there is a force vector r. Okay, and there is a fixed point a. So from this fixed point a, the distance of this perpendicular distance of this vector is small d, and with the reference to x-axis it is at a angle of theta 1, right? Okay, now if I say that there are two components p and q, resolved components of r. So from the same point a, the perpendicular distance of p vector is d1, and again from the same point a, the perpendicular distance of q is d2, and p is at the angle of theta 1 and q is at the angle of theta 2. So as per the Verigne's theorem statement, the moment of r, so the moment of r means r into d should be equal to moments of its component from the same point. So its component are p and q. So p is at a distance of d1 plus q is at a distance of d2. Moment d1 d2 are perpendicular distance. So this is the Verigne's theorem expression as per their statement. Now we are going to prove this. Okay, so as I said that p and q are resolved components of r, so we can write r is equal to p plus q, means r is the vector sum of p and q. So again we can write ry is equal to py plus qy. If r is equal to p plus q, then we can write r perpendicular should be equal to p perpendicular plus q perpendicular. Okay, so we can write ry is equal to r sine theta, means this height, right? Okay, again we can write py is equal to p sine theta 1. Same way we can write ry, sorry, qy is equal to q sine theta 2. So if I write again equation 2, this equation, so we can write r sine theta is equal to p sine theta 1 plus q sine theta 2. Okay, so if I multiply both sides with OA, So we can write R into OA sine theta is equal to P into OA sine theta 1 plus Q into OA sine theta 2. Okay, so we can write OA sine theta is equal to D. Okay, so how it came? If you look in this triangle, means, let me highlight. So in this triangle, if I write sine theta, we can write sine theta is equal to D by OA. So it means we can write OA sine theta is equal to D. So from here this relation came. So we can write OA sine theta is equal to D. Same way we can write OA sine theta 1 is equal to D1 and OA sine theta 2 is equal to D2. So if we put these values, so it will come like R into D is equal to P into D1 plus Q into D2. So this is the expression we wanted to prove. Okay, so again let me repeat the statement. So Varignon's theorem states that the moment of a resultant of all the forces in a plane, so that resultant is R, resultant of P and Q. So the moment of resultant of all the forces in a plane about any point, so that point is A. So about any point is equal to the algebraic sum of moment of all the forces about the same point, means algebraic sum of component P. So P distance, the distance of P from the same point is D1, so P into D1 plus component Q. So Q, the distance of Q from the same point is D2, so Q into D2. So here we have proved the Varignon's theorem. Thanks for your attention.